Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday, yay. Okay, Caroline and I, because I was originally gonna do a project video and then she decided she didn't wanna be in her bouncer anymore. So instead we decided, I get this question a lot, and so I thought I would hop on here, sorry she's a mess. Thought I would hop on here really quick and talk about the differences between chalk paste and Couture Ink. That's probably, I would say, one of the top, hey Sherry, thanks for watching. I would say that's probably one of the top five comments that I get, or questions that I get is, how do I know when to use paste and how do I know when to use ink? Can I use them interchangeably? Ink, what do I have to do to heat set it? That sort of thing. So, there we go. So I wanted to just hop on here really quick, and I know it's kind of early, so there might be people watching on replay, and that's totally fine. If you have questions, feel free to comment, feel free to send me a message, and thank you. Are you so cute? We're teething right now, so this week has been a little questionable. We're a hot mess all over, drooling. Yeah. Some days I like I'm not even gonna get her dressed because there's so much drool. Anyway, forgot what I was saying. So if you have questions, shoot me a message and we'll get you taken care of. If you have a specific surface that you bought and you want to know, should I use paste on this or ink on this, send me a picture of it and I'll let you know. I'll try. All right, so the main thing you want to remember is Chalkology Paste is made to be washable on non-porous surface. So a porous surface is a surface that it will soak into. So for example, wood is a porous surface, whereas metal or glass is a non-porous surface. If you use Chalkology Paste on a non-porous surface like metal, glass, most chalkboards, that is going to be washable. Whereas if you use it on a porous surface, you can try and get it off, especially if you waxed it, but probably not. So hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. Say hi. Say hi, Caroline. Hi. We're talking about the difference between paste and ink, so you know exactly which one to use when. So Chalkology Paste, like I said, is made to be washable. Unless you're using it on a porous surface, then it's not going to come off necessarily. You could always sand it off, like if you were doing it on wood. Anytime you're using metal or glass, or if you're using wood for a sign, I would still use Chalkology Paste. You can always seal it with a matte sealer. I would say that about 75% of your applications are going to be with paste. So if you're just getting started, start with paste. Ink is a little bit different to work with. It has a different consistency. So I always say start with paste because it's more forgiving. You can try it, and then if it doesn't work, you can always wipe it off. Hey Lisa, hey Ashley, thanks for watching. And then we have our Couture Ink, and the way you can tell the difference is the lid colors are different. So the ink is a white lid, whereas the paste is a black lid. I know, isn't that so exciting? And Caroline loves her little packets of sample paste. She hasn't broke one open yet. And even if she does, it's non-toxic. There we go. So there's our paste and our ink. Ink is primarily used for fabrics. It's upside down. There we go. And I think I'm backwards. Hold on. Is it gonna let me flip it around? No. Why does it not do that? It's like if I'm horizontal, it doesn't let me flip it for some reason. That's okay. You guys can still read it, right? So if you're doing fabrics, if you're doing t-shirts, so like this shirt that I did, if you are using one of our canvas banners, if you are using, oh, what else? Canvas, anything that's gonna soak something up, anything that has a fabric consistency, you're gonna wanna use Couture Ink because this can be heat set. And there's a lot of different ways that you can heat set, and then it becomes permanent. Now I have seen people who they've used it on a shirt, they forgot to heat set it, they washed it, and it was still fine, it faded a little bit. So, you know, if you forget to heat set it, it's not the end of the world. If you're just going to do it on a banner or something and it's going to hang in your house, you don't really need to, you don't really have to heat set it. It's just something, if you're going to, pillowcases, that was the other thing I was thinking of. Pillowcases, if you're going to throw it in the wash, heat set it, okay? Yay, Ashley, thank you. And on the back, it has instructions for heat setting. So there's a few different ways you can go about heat setting. I love, love, love my Cricut Easy Press. Cricut Easy Press. You can get them at Michael's, primarily sells them. They have different sizes. And I believe they're coming out with a smaller one. So like if you wanted to do hats, there's a little mini one. You can also use an iron. You can't have that. I actually need that. There's also, you can use an iron. The only thing with an iron is that it takes about twice as long because it doesn't have consistent heat throughout and you have to give it a little bit of pressure. So you can also use a regular heat press if you have a regular heat press. So either an iron, a heat press, or a Cricut Easy Press. Hobby Lobby has them too. Okay. I know like Michael's is they call themselves the official Cricut destination, but I wasn't sure if Hobby Lobby had them. Good to know. So Michael's has them. Michael's I know has all of the different types. Hobby Lobby, it might not have all of them, but that's good to know. Hobby Lobby, yay. The only thing that kind of stinks is you can't use your 40% off coupon, usually. So there are, especially on the heat presses, sometimes they'll have sales like on their Cricut vinyl and stuff that you can use it on, but not always. Another thing that you can use Couture Ink for is tumblers. So like a metal tumbler or like a mug, you can use them on mugs. The only tricky thing with that is heat setting it properly so that when you wash it, it doesn't come off. If you don't heat set it properly, a lot of times it comes off. There are some great YouTube videos out there of how to heat set it. Usually what I do, so if I was gonna do a mug or a tumbler or something like that, I still always recommend hand wash only. Don't scrub on the design because it still can come off. And I put it in, there's my dog. I'm so glad he decided to show up. He's been out wandering around for like 20 minutes. Anyway, side note. So you put it in a cold oven. So your ceramic mug or your tumbler, whatever, put it in a cold oven. Then you turn on the oven and you're going to let it gradually warm up. Once it gets up to temperature, which I usually do about 350 degrees, once it gets up to 350 degrees, you're gonna let it bake for about 30 minutes. After it's done baking for 30 minutes, you're gonna turn off the oven, but you are not going to take it out of the oven until it's completely cool. So the whole process can be about 2 hours, which is a lot. So put it in the oven, allow it to heat up with the oven, bake it for 30 minutes at temperature at 350 and then let it cool. So that's usually the best way. A lot of times where people have issues is actually with the weather and the humidity. So I've heard that humidity can affect how you heat set mugs and tumblers, but there's great information online on YouTube and stuff like that. So we're gonna do a little quiz and I hope you guys are paying attention and you actually have to answer, otherwise I'm gonna be sitting here like an idiot. And Caroline doesn't know the answer. Okay, so I'm going to tell you, Sasha, oh my gosh, my dog is eating plastic. All right, so I'm gonna tell you a surface and you have to tell me which one are you, sorry, there's no prizes or anything, it's just for fun. You have to tell me which one you're gonna use. Are you gonna use paste or are you gonna use ink? Okay, so, oh my God, I swear my dog. All right, so how about I am going to put something up on my window. I'm gonna put up a really cute like Christmas decoration on my window. Have you heard of anyone doing plates or casserole dishes? I would not, if, Lisa, that's a good question. If it is for food purposes, I would not. It's considered, yay, paste. Sherry got it right. Paste on windows, always. Going back to your question, Lisa, I would not do it if it's going to be in contact with food. Now, it is non-toxic. However, you don't want to put something in a casserole dish and then you end up with red paste all over your casserole. What you can do is use etching cream. So you could use you can use our stencils with etching cream. And if you've never seen etching, I should add that to my list. I should do that for you guys. I haven't done one in a while. Etching cream. Oh my gosh, what is she eating now? Sasha, no. Hey, no. Sasha. Etching cream. So it is, you got to be careful with it because you have to wear gloves. Otherwise it's going to etch your skin. That's not good. It is a highly toxic chemical. So basically what it is you put the stencil, like, so you could put it on Pyrex dish. You put your stencil on your Pyrex dish. You'd probably put it on the inside. Otherwise it'd be backwards. Put it on the inside. You're going to put a whole bunch of etching cream on it. You don't use it. You don't squeegee it on like you do chalk paste or ink. So you put your etching cream on. Some people let it sit on the stencil. Some people peel it off. I would say if you can, peel off the stencil and wash it right away so that etching cream doesn't eat through your stencil. I've done it, I've left it on, but it was a small stencil. I don't know how it would react with a big stencil, so we might have to try that. And then you're gonna let that paste sit there for anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes, just depending on how deep you want the etch, and then you just wash it off in water. Make sure you wear gloves. So you can do casserole dishes like a Pyrex dish, but you would want to use etching cream. So I will do that for a video for you guys sometime because I think I have some here. Can it go on the back for a casserole dish? Like on the bottom? You could put it on the bottom if that's what you mean, Ashley. You could put it on the bottom, but then it would be backwards because you can't mirror our stencils, if that makes sense. But if you were doing an image that it didn't matter if it was backwards, so like anything that doesn't have words, yes, you should be able to do that. Your dog is the same way. You're not alone. Oh my gosh, it is so bad. She's almost 10 years old. And she still acts like we've done training with her and stuff, but she just likes to eat trash, and I don't understand. Okay, so next question. Paste or ink? I'll do two more. Paste or ink? I want to make a pillowcase. I want to make a pillowcase. Do I use paste? Whoops, paste. I always have to remember to look at the camera and not my phone. Paste or ink for a pillowcase? Which one? If you're just tuning in, thanks for watching. Say hi. Say hi to Caroline. Hi, Caroline. Pillowcase, paste or ink? Which one? Oop. Ink. Yay! Ashley got it right. Very good. Okay, what about a wood sign? A wood sign that I'm going to hang up inside or even on my porch. A wood sign that I'm going to hang up on my covered porch. Would I use paste or would I use ink? Which one? Paste. Yay, Ashley got it right. You guys are experts now. Very good. I have seen people use ink on wood. The problem is, especially with certain types of wood, it's very porous, and so you might get some bleeding with the ink. So always go with paste. If you're gonna be hanging it out on like a covered porch, ugh, my nose. If you're gonna be hanging it out on a covered porch, I would spray it with a Krylon matte sealer. Yay, Kaylee got it right too, paste. Spray it with a matte sealer, and that'll just protect it a little bit. You never wanna expose it to direct rain or anything like that. But if you've got one out on your porch, it's not a big deal as long as it's covered. So, all right. I think you guys got it. Paste after you wax it. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Lisa is right. Make sure you wax it. Lisa, are you a designer? I can't remember. Because most people don't know waxing. I should talk about waxing too, shouldn't I? Waxing. Wax on. Stop. Wax on. Okay, so hopefully that gives you guys a little bit of insight as to paste and ink. Always start, when you're first starting to work with Chalk Couture, always start with paste. Right now, we only have the paste singles in paste. We do not have them in ink yet. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that that's coming soon so that you can play around with the ink a little bit before you have to buy an entire jar. The good thing about the ink, though, and the paste is that a little bit goes a long ways. And so you don't necessarily have to, worry about your ink running out after just doing like 2 projects. Like, you're going to get quite a few uses out of it. So anyway, thank you guys. Do we do sample packs? Yes. I do sample kits. Ashley, send me a message. They are $5 for a sample kit that comes with a sample paste, a mini transfer. So you get these 2, mini transfer, sample paste, and then a little, actually I just did one last night, and then a little chalkable chip. But we don't have ink samples yet. Sad face. Hopefully soon. All right. Thank you everyone for tuning in. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a message. Nobody watch a few views who you're getting fun. Yay! Well, you're an expert then, Lisa, because most people don't know about waxing. But when you do start, you'll be an expert. You'll know it all. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will talk to you all later. Have a wonderful Thursday. Bye. Say bye. Say go forth and chalk. Yay. Bye, guys.